Beatlemania will be hitting the Stafford Gatehouse on the 24th of September. The man hitting the drums as part of that and being there, Ringo, is Brad, who joins me now. Hello, how you doing?
Hi, Jason. Very good. Thank you very much for having me on.
Good to talk to you. So tell us more about the show that is Beatlemania, because I think we all know a fair amount about the Beatles, and it's that magic brought to life, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we just try and recreate the music of probably the greatest band of all time. Beatlemania goes from the early days of the Beatles playing in the clubs in Liverpool all the way up to the sort of end of their career, really finishing with Get Back. That they played famously on the rooftops in London, and it's pretty much every hit we can squeeze in from start to finish.
So these are amazing songs. I mean, the Lennon McCartney songbook and the other extras, which will be in there too, are just absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously, being Ringo in this, does this mean you get a couple of tunes thrown in for good measure to sing?
Yeah, I mean, I always jokingly say the Ringo ones are the highlights of the show, Yellow Submarine and With a Little Help from My Friends. To me, if you ask me, I know I'm a bit biased, but those are the best bits. But no, it's good. As you say, the Lennon McCartney songbook is, the whole back catalogue is incredible. And obviously, George as well wasn't too shabby with the old songwriting.
No, all quality work. So, how do you bring this to life on stage? Because they had a number of different looks through this time. From the way their hair appeared to start off with, and that iconic image that we have from the start of their career, through some amazing, sort of fawn suits. I'm going to guess it was fawn the right color. Through to the psychedelia that followed.
Yeah, I mean, we've got plenty of costume changes in the show, so we'll take you right back. As I say, it goes right from the early days when you'll recognise the black suits that the guys wore on Ed Sullivan, and we go through the whole pretty much every era of the Beatles in chronological order. I won't spoil it too much, but obviously we do cover the psychedelic stuff and right up to the late looks with all the longer hair, the facial hair, and all that good stuff thrown in as well.
And when it comes to recreating the style of the sound, I mean that from a drumming point of view, Ringo was quite unique, wasn't he? So I mean that is almost you have to learn to be Ringo.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we all try and get into the characters that we're portraying. That's an important part of what we do, really. And studying Ringo's drumming, I've studied Ringo's playing for 15 years nearly now, and I just to get into the nitty gritty of it. I mean, it's a bit of a boring drum fact, but he was a left-handed player on a right-handed kit, so there's a bit of dexterity needed and a bit of coordination needed to have to learn how to play those parts correctly. But all the guys have put in the time to research the characters and really get into the finer details of recreating the music as accurately as possible to what people remember.
So are you right or left-handed?
I'm actually
So
right-handed,
does this mean you
so
have a left-handed drum kit so it returns the favour?
no, so he played on a right-handed drum kit, thankfully, but
Yeah,
he
so
sort of
the
went,
looks right. I just love to see you
yeah.
swap it round so you were in the same position as him with it being on your non-dominant hand. But no, the sound is absolutely there, and yeah, the way you perform, it's going to really bring this to life for people. And of course, you'll have old and new fans alike there, people who may even have seen the Beatles themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the music is truly timeless and it stood the test of time, no doubt. And we do get a very mixed bag, actually, which is nice to see. We get comments from people who actually saw the Beatles and are glad to return because they can actually hear us perform, unlike they probably could when they saw the Beatles live. But
Tell you this,
also
you
the
don't
new
get as much
generations.
screaming as the real thing.
Well, we do get a lot of screaming, but maybe not quite as much as the original Fab Four. I don't think there'd be any point in us playing anything if you couldn't hear us the way that the people in the '60s couldn't hear them.
But a fantastic night for all. Gatehousetheatre.co.uk is where you get your tickets on. You can give them a call on 01785 619080. That's 01785 619080. Ask for tickets to see Beatlemania, and you will be guaranteed an amazing night of Beatles music. And yeah, with Brad on duty as Ringo, you'll be having a wonderful time with it, won't you?
Absolutely, we can't wait to perform for the Gatehouse Theatre and see everyone there on the 24th September. It's going to be great.
Keep up the good work. Have a brilliant one with it. Break a leg and possibly a drumstick, and we will look forward to the entertainment that ensues. Brad, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks for having us on.